Hello everyone, this is Alex Pop from Romania and welcome to another chess video. I've seen on Vital Levente's chess channel him explaining knight and bishop, mating with a knight and bishop, and I thought I would show how I think of this endgame. I've also seen Vlad Gita starting a endgame series, so I'll try this I'll try to show my way of thinking for these types of end games. The method for my channel is usually against materials, so I would prefer to analyze my games and concentrate on those mistakes rather than getting to end game typical end games and as such. But this information might be useful, and I could also show you how I process this information. So again, we have a king, we have a bishop and knight. I'm using Deep Fritz 13, the program, just to be able to play against the computer. And first things first, I will want to control. So I set it on 10 seconds. So here you will see me first trying to mate the king, right, with 10 seconds on the clock, with an increment of 2 seconds, was it, or with an increment of 1 second, right? So I would give my best just to show you, and here we go. Bring the king. Yep. All right. And now we should. So the way I'm thinking about in this endgame, for the moment, I'm fixing him in the corner, right? And now we apply the maneuver. Bishop here, knight here, and this cute trick. And now there is this trick that I use, because now the king is trapped, cannot move. And my mouse is stuck. Okay. Wow, that was way too close. Bring the knight, mate. Okay, this mouse will have to go. All right, that was way too close to home. So the point is that I'll try to explain what I just did, and the point that I'm using here is right now I'm using the king. I just want as quickly as possible first to centralize the king, and afterwards to bring him to the corner. If he will go to the light square corner, fine by me. If not, I want him to be stuck like this in the corner. And afterwards, I start applying a certain technique. So this entire technique is well known. I will explain it afterwards. But for the moment, it's this idea that if he is in the wrong corner, so in knight and bishop, you have to bring the king to the color of the bishop. So in this case, it needs to be a light square. He went for the black square, knowing I can't win there. And so I'm extracting the king from that square, right? And in this way, with a 10-second game, with 1 second increment, if you mess up the technique, well, you're gone. So I'll try it again. So we'll put a new position, clear board, and the mouse is working tremendously awful. I don't. And here we go. We have this position again, 10 seconds. And just bring the knight to be sure. Better safe than sorry. And he's going for the dark square. And now we cut the cage. And now we're applying the same technique. So here, 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 here. And now this idea I use a lot because it's easier for me to think afterwards. And here we can already use the, he's stuck, and I only have to bring the knight next to the king. So again, what I am doing, first of all, the primary idea here is to use the king. So first things first, you don't, in this type of position, you cannot calculate a mate. So you have to make progress. And the progress here means first bringing the king into the center, right? I've also brought the knight just to be sure I don't blunder it. And also knight on the light squares, so knight on the same color as the bishop in order to keep all the squares. So knight on the light square will keep the black squares and the bishop will keep the light squares, right? So here you can. And now this is a position you would like to keep in mind. So here I can have the knight anywhere on the board, right? H1, A1, anywhere. I will bring it to F7. He cannot escape. So if he goes to F8, right? There's nothing now. The computer wants to move like this, but us as a human, we do not think. We have to think in schemes, especially if we have seconds left. So that's why here it's much easier for me to think about that maneuver, right? And play knight here and then knight here. And right afterwards, we are applying the same technique. Knight here, bishop here, and bishop here. And again, this idea, I can show you the idea if I make a stupid move. The king, the black king cannot escape. He's in a cage right now. He cannot pass e8, e7. He cannot go anywhere. And as such, I just have to bring the king, right? And I'm using opposition. Simple pawn. And now again, opposition. He's stuck into the corner. And here I just have to I don't have to calculate any mate. I know I have to bring the knight next to the king, right? So check and mate. And that is how you mate with the knight and bishop. So that is how I process it. But now I would like to up the ante. I would like to do something else just to show that it is possible. So I have this position, and now we will see if I can do it or not. Because I'm going to set the board to blind all. So I have 10 seconds, I have one move increment, right? And I can see it's not exactly full blind. I can see a small square, a small dot on where the pieces are. It's a small gray dot. But again, this is the only thing I have. So wish me luck, and here we go. Bishop here, knight, king. Okay. With a bit of luck, he's going to the center. Yep. He went to the corner. And now we have to extract him from there. Bishop here, knight, king, knight, bishop, bishop, bishop. He went there, knight, the same maneuver. Again, we know he's trapped in the cage, and now we're forcing him back. King. Now we tighten the cage. King, king, knight, check, mate. And here we have it. So again, let me change the board to have it all for you to be able to see it. And this is how we have it. So a 10-second game with 1 second increment, blind. And if you know the technique, it's easy. You can do it. So again, knight on the light square for you to be able to keep the black squares. And he goes down. He goes to this. And now here, again, he's trapped now in the cage. He cannot get out with the king. And now we only have to bring the knight into position. Right? And here, knight, of course, will go here. And now bishop to b1. He's forced to move up. Knight here. And again, this maneuver. If he goes back, you just play knight b5. So you will get this position anyway, because he will be forced to move back. And then bishop here. He moves, bishop here. And now bishop d7. And this is how you trap him. You trap the king. You then move the knight. And this position, I haven't seen it discussed in endgame books, but at least from my point, it's very easy to understand. Very easy, makes life easier. Because now the black king is trapped in a cage, and I literally don't have to do anything. I just have to use opposition. I don't have to keep track of where the other pieces are. I know they're in the good place. I just have to move, right? And slowly drive him back. Knight to, and then bring the knight next to the king. I do not have to calculate anything. And it is sure mate. So the only problem for me, if it is in this mate, is what happens until he gets into the corner. So once he goes into the wrong corner, he's toast. And again, if he goes to the right corner, if he goes to, let's say, he will go to, he doesn't know, and he goes to a light squared one. Well, he's always in danger of getting trapped like this. So if you get this position, right, you could have the king far away, right? You could have it in h1, and he cannot get out. So if you get in this position, he's toast. You just bring the king. You don't even need to know anything, right? And then right, and now bring the knight. Check, check. So it's immediate if you know right positions. So this is the only thing. And then from my point of view, it's a unique trick. Let's try it again. Maybe I can do it. So knight here, right? We have a new game. All right. And board design, we will put it all to blind all. Again, I see a small dot where the pieces are, but it's only that. Again, bring the king. This cannot be stressed enough. Bishop. Bring the king. And now he's trapped in the corner. Right? Knight. Oh, and now he got cheeky. And now again we do our maneuver. He's trapped into the cage. And now we can play. And here you have to be careful to know exactly what you move. right? And that was the mate. Managed to do it. And that's pretty much it for the moment. And hopefully I can get, yeah, and here to show for anyone who wasn't able to see what happened, right? So this is the position, right? And I went with the knight. I put the knight on the light square to control the black squares. And here I closed the cage. So now he is stuck on the wrong square. Now I move the knight. And here is what I said. He is a bit cheeky. He went back. So here we go, check. And now we remember this idea. We do not care if there are easier ways to, so shorter ways, because here, again, you're not calculating. In this position, reached the other typical position, this one, and now he's stuck in the cage. Already here I could play bishop a6 as to bishop, yeah, so bishop a6 could be faster by just one move, because now I just go in, right? Check and mate. Yeah, I moved bishop, I moved king d7, but in any case, I lose a move, and then knight, knight, mate. So all in all, easy to do if you know the techniques, and that is pretty much it. How I would suggest experimenting on learning this endgame, because again, if you make a mistake here, you are toast. And usually in games, you do not have a lot of time, and you're after a 1 hour game or 2 hour game, or you are banging your head on the table because you missed a win earlier or something like that, right? So you cannot prepare for this type of endgame by assuming you will have a normal state of mind. You will not. And this kind of brings home this idea, right? And yeah, this position for me is one of the typical ones. So again, the white king could be anywhere, could be on a1. The black king cannot move anywhere. So if you reach this position, it's over, right? The sense that you will bring the king on the other side and immediate checkmate. So no, you only have to know, first of all, to trap the king in the wrong corner. Yeah, once he's trapped, he cannot avoid the typical moves. The only problem is getting there then. And one other idea, to have the knight on the light square, right? You go there, you trap the king, you force him out, lose a tempo if needed. Oh, and yeah, another interesting point I like, if the king is here, what I've discovered is, at least for me, it's much easier to either lose a tempo or so I would do something like this. And now I lost the tempo and I can go towards my typical positions, right? Is forced here, knight, knight. He can't go to b6. And we've shut the door. Now the cage is even smaller. And then, yeah, this is one technique I would also use. But I have to check it because I'm missing something here. Because if he goes to h7, then I think I just botched it up. Yeah, because my problem here, if I go knight to f7, he will already go here. right? And but I think I just no, yeah, this is what happens. He will go to f8, and as such, uh, and here I can do this because now but if I play this, he will play king h6. Yeah, okay. So this one I have to check. This is a this is you would like to go on autoplay, right? So in this type of position, uh, you would generally want to be able to play fast without thinking. So again, this might be because yeah, let's leave the computer what puts yeah, would or like that. Yeah, much easier. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, bishop h5. Yeah, okay, that is the simpler way. And now knight here and bishop here, and it goes on autoplay. Bishop, 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 and then knight. Yeah, yeah. This is why I don't edit a lot of the videos because I didn't know about this one. Yep. So again, if the king is here, right, this is the only special case left. You would want bishop f5 and then knight here, and it's all over because you get again this one. Bishop, 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 right? Knight, knight, and again this, tighten the noose, and then mate. It's easy when you know the typical position. And hopefully it helped you, and we'll see you again in next YouTube video.